All right, here we go. We have Crunchy Black from the legendary 3-6 Mafia in the building.
Oh, yeah. 3-6 Mafia in the building, hard hit money gang.
Oh yeah, man. It's a pleasure to finally sit down with you because I've interviewed Paul, I've even interviewed Juicy J on occasion. I've interviewed Gangsta Boo, but I've never actually gotten to sit down with you before.
Yeah, they always say I'm a hard guy to catch up with.
This is true. We actually had an interview, I think maybe like a year or two ago scheduled, which never happened. So I'm
Yeah,
glad.
did you have Mafia to come and holler at me one time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
Mafia he came to the little spot that I was chilling at in Harvey. And he came down to holler at me. I don't know if you got that. Did you get that?
Nah, we were supposed to have an interview. It was you and another artist that we were supposed to interview, somebody you were working with, but it unfortunately never happened. But hey, it is what it is. Now we're sitting down and doing it
Yeah,
right.
because I specifically told them that I wanted to do it with you. If it wasn't with you, I wasn't going to do it.
There we go. Well, you're doing it with me now.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's how we do. All right. Well, this is our first time sitting down, so I want to get into your whole story. So you grew up in Memphis.
Yeah. Grew up in Memphis.
Both parents, single parent?
No parents.
No parents.
Yeah, straight gangster. Straight gangster. You know what I'm saying? Getting it how I live out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, no parents at all. My mom, she had me in the prison, Glad. I ended up getting shipped out from the prison to my grandmama. And from there, I was with my grandmama till she died when I was like, I think I was 9 years old when my grandmama died. I went to my auntie, then me and Paul hooked up.
Okay. So your mother had you in prison. What was she in prison for?
My mama was back then, it was, she was bad. She was wilding. And back then she was doing credit cards, checks and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about? And my daddy, he was an entrepreneur. He had his own grocery stores and car wash and a lot of things in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? But I never got to meet him until I was like 14, 15 years old. But it was late then because I had already met Paul.
Okay. Do you think it bothers you not having your parents around as a kid? You're going to school, everyone's got parents or at least a mom around, and you got neither one.
Yeah, but I still went to school and did what I had to do. And then, like I say, I'm going to keep on throwing his name up. I met Paul and my life changed. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. And you met Paul in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't going to the same school Paul was going to. I was coming from one hood, which was North Memphis, to Black Haven. And that's what Paul was. I had a little female out there I used to go hang out with all the time to get away from the hood sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So I used to go to Black Haven, but I was still in the hood, but it wasn't ruthless as North Memphis, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. And you had a fairly rough upbringing. There was a lot of robbing, stealing, crime, and so forth.
Yeah, that's me, Glad.
What do you think? I mean, before you met Paul, what do you think were some of the craziest things that you were involved in?
Well, I had this little group called the 8 Ball Posse. You know what I'm saying? I had this little group called the 8 Ball Posse. We used to break the law. You know what I'm talking about? So it, it is what it is, you know. Whatever I had to do to get it how you live or don't live at all. You know what I'm talking about?
Were you getting arrested early on
No,
as a young teenager?
I was a little slicker than that, Glenn. I was a little slicker than that. You know what I'm talking about? I stick and move.
Stick and move. Okay. So I guess Paul was DJing parties, and that's how you guys met.
Yeah, that's how I met Paul. Paul was DJing and parties because he went to Hillcrest High, and a lot of people knew him from him putting out mixtapes. So they wanted him to DJ their party, and they always paid him to come to a party. But like Paul used to always be by himself sometimes, and I used to go to his parties and like, okay, I like to dance. I'm a gangster that dance. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always be like, Paul always be by himself. So one time I went to a party he had did, and some guys was slick talk about what they gonna do to him. And I knew he was by himself, so I kind of hung out, made sure didn't nobody do nothing to him. and I ended up getting into a fight with two twin guys. And from there on, me and Paul just like stuck. We stuck like glue.
Okay. And you were actually really into dance. I guess you were one of the dancers for this rapper named Al Capone.
Yeah. I did something for Al Capone, me and my boy Marcus, and we also did something for Scarface. S&K. S&K. That's the dude that brought out the song called Gangsta Walking. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. And you were known for doing a G-Walk.
Yeah. I'm one of the guys that actually put that in effect.
Okay. Now, I've talked to Paul, and he said that himself, Lord Infamous, Coop, and you were like the gangsters in the group.
Yeah. Yeah. Always, man, Lord, I met Paul, and then I also met I met Lord Infamous first, and then I also met Paul. All of us was like we all in an organization together, you know what I'm talking about? And we kind of had a meeting and we met up, but I had already met Paul and Lord Infamous before that meeting. You know what I'm talking about? When I met Lord Infamous, I met Lord Infamous on a Memphis bus going to the meeting that we had in Black Haven. They had all us meeting each other.
Right. And Paul said that out of that group, that small group that I just mentioned, you and Coop were the two crazier ones.
Yeah. And Paul said that's what it was.
Right. And he said that, that he would count to, if y'all was about to do something crazy, he would count to 3, and the 2 you would already be doing it at 2.
You know, he when I tell the story, I always tell the story to people how I didn't give a bleep if somebody did anything or said anything smart to one of the guys that he mentioned. I'm gonna break the law. I'm gonna show up at your house. It's kind of like what they call it and the dude to be in the mirror.
Candyman?
Candyman. I just wanted to see that somebody else know Candyman. Say something smart to one of my niggas. I'm gonna show up like Candyman.
What were some of the craziest things that you were doing when these type of situations would occur?
Well, back then we did all kinds of things. One time Coop went over to him and Gangsta Boo was riding. They were hanging out, and they end up Coop ended up getting into it with some guys that was in the projects with Gangsta Boo stayed at. You know what I'm talking about? King Gates. And they kind of gave Coop a problem when he dropped Boo off and when he was trying to leave. So Coop came to my house, which with me, Paul, Lord Infamous, and a lot of other little guys that was repping Hypnotized Mind at the time. They end up coming over there. Coop came over there and told us about it. We all grouped up and did what we had to do.
Okay. He also said that Coop really was the craziest one, though, out of that group. He said that
Coop was back. Yeah, he right. Coop was bipolar. You know, I got a little sense with my craziness. Coop was bipolar, so therefore, he didn't want to hear. He didn't want to hear it. We can say no, Coop, don't do it. Get into that. We need to wait for a minute. Coop mind was set on his bipolar. So Coop, rest in peace. Coop, rest in peace, Lord. It is what it is. Coop was wild.
What was the wildest thing you've seen Coop do? Now he's gone, so it really kind of doesn't matter. But what is the wildest thing you've ever seen Coop do in the whole time you've known him?
Well, I don't know, Glad. It was a lot of wild things. I know we burned up somebody's car because they was disrespecting. We went to their house. We walked up to their house, knocked on their door, and blew. Now, we went to his house and burnt up his car because he was doing something that didn't need to be done at the time. Set his car on fire. I think somebody had gave him some money for a brand new car for a job he had did for him, and he ain't have insurance, so he ain't have a brand new car no more.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
It was a pretty nice car for back then. For back then, I think it was no, in Memphis we would ride Chevys, Capris. You know what I'm talking about? I think he had a I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know. I think it was a Chevy. I think it was a Chevy. Nice little box Chevy, clean rims. You know the music and all that. But you know once Coop went through there, it was over with. You know what I'm talking about?
Now, I remember there's an interview on Complex where Gangsta Boo said that you gave her her first gun.
Her first gun, yeah. I gave Gangsta Boo her first gun. I got a little brother that we call Malachi. You know, everybody had like little devil's name back then. I got a little brother, he used to break in houses. And he would break in houses, he would get guns. And he'll do it so much where I had too many guns. You know what I'm saying? And then we used to always get into it with people because they didn't like Paul and Juicy or they didn't like me or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was right. Since it was a little handgun, it was nice, like a little 38. I gave it to Boo and told her, you know, before you call me or you get in a problem or something, at least you got something to keep them off you until I pop up. You know what I'm talking about? And, you know, showed her how to shoot it and you know, all that good stuff. And it was what it was. You know, Gangsta Boo, that's like my sister for real, for real. I ride and die with her.
I love Gangsta Boo. She's one of my favorite
I ride and die with
actually.
Gangsta Boo. And there ain't nothing Gangsta Boo can do. You know, sometimes she'll make me mad, but if she call me and tell me somebody doing something, I'm going to pop up like Candyman.
Now, you've always carried guns. So what was it about guns that really intrigued you so much?
Well, you know, niggas ain't right. It wasn't about the gun that treated me. It was the niggas wasn't right. You know, people would try you and try to jump on you or try to do things that, you know, I just wasn't going, Glad. No mom, no dad. Wasn't going. Didn't have a real reason to have a gun. Well, I had a real reason. Niggas wasn't right, but I wasn't going, Glad. I had to make sure I was safe at all times.
Okay. So you meet Lord Infamous, you meet DJ Paul.
I met Paul first. I met Paul first from the DJing and the parties. Then I met Lord Infamous coming from North Memphis. My bus that I used to, the city bus I had to catch, would come past where Lord Infamous had to catch the bus to get to Paul House. And where Paul House was where we was having that little meeting for the organization we was in.
Okay. And when did you start calling yourself Crunchy Black?
Well, I actually was calling myself Crunchy Black way before I met Paul now. In my neighborhood with Scudderfield, one of the neighborhoods I was from North Memphis, Scudderfield, me and another guy was named Black. You know what I'm saying? He sold weed. I just was popular because everybody knew who I was. I danced, I rap, you know what I'm saying? I rob, I steal. Now, but everybody knew my name. So when they came to the project, they used to just scream out, Black. And when they used to holler that, me and him used to always come out. So one day me and him was kicking it and talking and, you know, just kicking it and stuff. And he was like, man, we got to do something about this. Both of us got to run to the door every time somebody holler Black. He said, since you blacker than me, your name going to be Crunchy Black. And there was a few more other people in the room. So they laughed, they giggled, and then it just, everybody started calling me Crunchy Black. And I went with it because when I was in South Memphis, they was calling me Blackout. And when I was in Black Haven, they was calling me Double D. So when I actually met Paul, they actually didn't know who Crunchy Black was on the album with Paul now. They didn't know who Crunchy Black was in other neighborhoods because they only knew me as something else. You get what I'm saying?
Got it.
So when Paul started putting pictures of me on there, they was like, oh, that's him. Then so, you know, the name just really stuck all around the world then.
Okay. So now you're rolling around with Paul and Infamous. And were you rapping at this point or no?
No, I wasn't rapping at that. I always been rapping. And when I was in high school, we used to, in our schools in Memphis, they was into a lot of rapping and stuff. So therefore, they was letting me rap in school. I used to battle people and stuff like that. Battle people in school. And I was rapping before then, but I didn't see rapping taking off like it did. You get what I'm saying? So I ended up dancing. Well, I was dancing to my older brother Gerald. He danced like a fool, and I used to love it. You know what I'm saying? So I took it from him and started dancing. And then when I started dancing, that's what made me want to be in the parties and stuff like that. That's how that went.
Okay, so 3 6 Mafia, they dropped their first album, Mystic Styles, in
Right.
1995.
Right.
Were you on that album or no?
I'm on every album they done put out.
Okay, so you
All
were on that
over.
first album.
I'm on the first album to the last album.
Okay, so you're part of this first album, and when Mystic Styles came out, it was really more of just a local project, right?
Well, when Mr. Style came out, it was a nationwide project through Relativity.
Oh, okay. Well, I know before they were doing kind of like more underground tapes.
Yeah, we did a gang of underground tapes. We did a whole bunch of underground tapes for man, we did so many underground tapes. Paul had Paul 16 before we did that Mystic Style. You know what I'm talking about? And Juicy had, I think, Chronic of the Juice Man, which was probably his. I don't know how many mixtapes he had, but it was a lot.
Okay, but Mystic Styles was the first official project that actually had distribution through a major label.
Yeah, through Relativity.
Relativity, right? Okay, so what happened after that first project came out?
After the first project came out, I think we actually dropped the project. I want to say we signed the deal with them first, and then dropped the project. And then after that, it was history from then. It was history from then because what we were rapping about and talking about, it was just like people couldn't believe it.
Okay. What was the big song off of, or the big songs off Mystic Styles?
Riding, Tear the Club Up.
Okay, that was on Mystic Styles?
Yeah, Tear the Club Up.
Okay, and you're on that song.
Yeah, I'm on the song and the video and everything.
And that song kind of changed the landscape because you would perform that song and a riot would basically occur.
Yeah. We could, like Paul used to always tell people, all the promoters used to tell him we cannot perform that song at all because they was really tearing up people's club. But Paul, like he say, he gangster like me. So he'll tell them, okay, get the money and still do the song at the end at the end of the show. He's a wild boy.
Right. I just interviewed Cujo from the Goody Mob.
Right. Cujo, that's our boy.
We were talking about their song, They Don't Dance No Mo.
Right.
And he was saying how that song and Tear the Club Up were the two songs that were just banned at every concert.
Yeah.
One of those two songs would go on and then just all hell would break loose.
Yeah,
and they'd have to shut the whole venue down.
They Don't Dance No More. Well, they banned Tear the Club Up and They Don't Dance No More damn near at the same time. Because going through the Southeast with them two songs bumping in the club, whew, I'm talking about wow. Now, we was used to seeing white folk in mosh pits doing their thing. But once that music came on, They Don't Dance No More, or Tear the Club Up, just like the song say, tear the club up. So what the hell you gonna do? You gonna not tear the club up?
Yeah, it's off the chain. It's off the chain. But every time we used to do tear the club up, before they try to ban it, people would get beat up and the club would get tore up. You see folks throwing chairs. You see folks doing wild stuff. I'm talking about wild stuff in people club. But, hey, it is what it is.
Okay. What changed in your life after that album came out?
Well, I'm going to tell you on the God truth. When I met Paul, it changed my life. It didn't have nothing to do with the music because he was a pretty cool cat. You know what I'm saying? For me not having mom or dad and meeting somebody that, had a little favoritism for me or liked me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And was already making a little money, you know what I'm talking about? And looking out for me like he was, that kind of changed my life because, I was robbing and stealing out there, Glad. I was, taking them down through there. You know what I'm talking about? And he kind of came along and did what he did to make me, you know what I'm saying, see a better light. You know what I'm saying? So that would really change my life. And then when we signed the deal And he told me, Crunchy, look, you got we got you, all us got a deal, but you're gonna have to rap on everything now. You got to rap on everything. So, for you to get this money, we can't just say you on this shit. You got to actually be on this shit. And I'm like, Paul, I'm with it. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that at all. You get what I'm saying? He could have just let me be the nigga that shoot, rob, and steal and make sure niggas don't get on niggas' ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I remember, I spoke to him this morning. He said that originally you weren't even rapping. You started out as the bodyguard, essentially.
Yeah. I used to be, niggas that make, keep a nigga off your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's a lot of people used to always see when they got to see my picture, people used to say, Paul, the black dude can rap. Because I used to rap in school. They like, why you don't never let him rap on your music? He can rap. He really can rap. So Paul ended up asking me one day, and I was like, Paul, yeah, I can rap, but, I didn't come to you like that. And I was like, well, if you can rap, I said, well, I just don't rap like y'all rap. You get what I'm saying? Not saying that they rap about something else. I just, I was too gangster. You get what I'm saying? At the time, they was rapping about devil worship and 666. You know what I'm saying? And I was on a whole different level about, robbing and stealing and shit. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I don't really rap like y'all rap. And he was like, nigga, we rap the same. So if you're going to rap, we need you to rap. So I did a song with him called I Gotta Touch Him. And I Gotta Touch Him was the first song I ever rapped on, and it went up there. You know what I'm talking about? And then from that day on, Paul started making sure I got money off the rap game, and he made sure I was in the business.
Okay, so the next album was Chapter 1, The End.
Yeah. Chapter 1, yep.
What were the biggest songs in that project?
Chapter 1, I think we had Break the Law. I think we had so many songs, man. I'm not DJ Paul with the music, but we had a bunch of songs. That nigga know every song and every album. I ain't gonna be able to lie to you. You had to scream some songs out to me.
Okay, no, I don't think Break the Law is on that project. So
see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You get
it. Let me see. What's on here? Stomp, Money Flow, Late Night Tip was a big
Stomp.
song.
Yeah.
So then the next project was Chapter 2, World Domination.
Yeah, World Domination. Yeah, that was. I think World Domination. They had what's that song was? Do, baby, yeah, all of my life. You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember. It's an old school song, Paul remix. And I think that was on Chapter World Domination, yeah. I can't remember the name of it. I'm on all these jumps, but I ain't gonna lie to you
no, I'm actually looking. Okay, so hold on. So Chapter 1, the end. Okay, so is Tear the Club Up on this one? Hold on.
No, Tear the Club was most definitely on Mrs.
Yeah, no. But you know what it was? Chapter 2 had Tear the Club Up 97.
Yeah, 97. Yep. Tear the Club Up 97. Yeah, he did.
You're on that song as well.
Yeah. I'm on all them joints. Like I said, Paul, he kind of liked me a little bit.
So then the next project is When the Smoke Clears, 66, 61.
Yeah, 66, 61. Yeah, 666.
And that's the one that has Sipping on Some Scissor.
Yeah, Sipping on Scissor. Yep. I think that was the one. Like I said, I ain't gonna be able to lie to you like what song was what on which album, because I was on a bunch of songs, and when we was doing these songs, Paul used to make us come to the studio Monday through Thursdays, 5 o'clock until whenever we got through doing whatever he wanted us to do. And I just came and did what he told me to do. You know what I'm talking about? And whatever the song went to, they went there. And when it's time for me to perform it, I don't even write my raps, Glad. I just go in there and tell the truth. You get what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to forget my raps, but it's easy for me to forget what song it was.
Well, Who Run It? That's on that album.
Yeah, yeah. And Who Run It was a great, great, great song. That kind of put me on top with the dance in Who Run It because, well, yeah, Who Run It because they actually had me to do the gangster walk, G walk, bucking and juking, Memphis walk, whatever they call it right now. They had me do that in the video and actually focus on me on that gangster walk. So yeah.
Right. And then Tongue Ring is on that album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tongue ring.
Weak Ass Bitch is on that album.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Sipping on Some Scissor, that was the one that I think really took 3-6 to a different place.
Yeah, sipping on. Well, I think there too because it was after Riding Spinners and after a couple more songs that we had on other albums before then. But they used to always challenge Paul and Juicy with coming up with a good song where everybody liked. And at the time, Memphis and Houston was sip and serve. So anytime we went to Houston, we got scissored, whether it was the yellow or the purple. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
And that song, Paul just said, hey, shit, everybody like it, everybody doing it, let's just do the song, you know? And he came up with the song and they did it.
Don't forget when we was making Sippin' on Scissor in 1999, we was over Pimp C house, and Pimp C said, man, he was like, man, that's what I like about y'all niggas, because y'all rap about fucking getting high. He was like, every rapper I know get high, but them niggas scared to talk about the shit.
Right.
He said that.
I wasn't on Sipping on Scissor. I actually did have a verse on there. I just did the dancing.
Right. And I guess because you had UGK on that song, there just wasn't enough room.
Yeah, it wasn't enough room. It wasn't enough room, but like I say, Paul always look out for me. Always make sure I'm somewhere in the picture.
Right. Right. Then then you guys come up with your own movie, Choices.
Yeah. Choices 1, Choices 2,
Yep.
and The Cleanup Man.
Right. Right. Exactly. And then you had The Unbreakables in 2003.
Yeah, Unbreakable, yeah. Me, Lloyd, Paul, and Juicy.
What was the big songs off Unbreakable?
So you doing it again, Glad. You're doing it again.
I'm doing it again. Right.
Yeah, just look at whatever you're looking at, Glad. I told Paul, we did so many mixtapes, and then we also did so many albums. Like I said, if he called me and said, come to the studio, I came. If he called me and played me a beat, I put the hook on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was what it was, you know. When it came to what song was on which album, like my business partner, Uncle Beats, that run the label that I have right now, WHMG, we'll ride and go do shows, and he'll be like, man, you on every song. You on every song on every album. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what song was on which album. I just wouldn't be able to do it unless I would listen to it.
Well, then the next album was Most Known Unknown.
The Most Known Unknown. Yeah, that was the album right there. That was the best album. Paul and them said that it sold a lot more than a lot of albums that we had done. You know what I'm saying? So that album right there was it was a big album. Most Known Unknown.
Right. And you, Paul, and Juicy are all on the cover together in that particular album.
Yeah, the Most Known. We was the only ones still in the group at the time. So yeah.
Okay. So why did all the other members start leaving before then?
Well, they start having problems with themselves. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? Even when I left, I had problems with myself. You get what I'm saying? So, being a kid all the way up to, look at Bow Wow. When he was a kid, now he's got grown and he's going through so much. So not having free time to do your personal stuff, just me stuff, it kind of drive artists crazy. You know what I'm saying? It drive us crazy, so we automatically start wanting to do us and not do so much of the music. You get what I'm saying? Which the music got us where we at, so we need to just stick with the guns.
Right, and this album had a lot of big singles, so all of which you were
Yeah,
on. So
yeah,
Stay
popping my
Fly.
collar. I can holler them jumps. Popping my collars. Yeah, we had a bunch of jumps on there. Popping my collar was a good one. We had Kanye West on there, you know, when he was coming up doing his thing real good. We had GLC. GLC, that's another brother of the struggle, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Pop My Collar was a smash. So Kanye produced that?
No, Paul and Juicy produced all our tracks. Nobody produced
Okay.
none of the tracks. He just was on the, he was in the video. You know, he was in the
okay, got
video. Yeah. And you know,
Okay.
Kanye West and GLC, they're part of the struggle, so it's quite natural I'm gonna say their name.
Right. And then Stay Fly was on that album.
Yeah, Stay Fly. Yeah. It actually was I think it was called Stay High at first and they switched it to Stay Fly.
Yeah, that was a dope one. And then Side to Side.
Side to Side. Now that's more done. Now I'm gonna tell you a wild story about Side to Side. When we did Side to Side video, my baby mama, one of my baby mamas was with another dude. Hey, my cousin on here right now. My cousin on here, he know this story. My baby mama, she had got another baby daddy, and he had scissors. And we was doing the video Side to Side in Memphis. I had him to come up there and I took his drink. I took the pints of drink and we drunk it with everybody in the video. So when you see folks in the video with scissors and cups and stuff, just know that I did that. I told him to come up there, I was gonna buy it, and then my cousin them had the money for it, but just because he was messing with my baby mama, I just showed him I ain't no hoe.
Well, by this time, the money's now coming in.
Yeah, by this time, I had plenty of money. Money was hanging out of my pocket. Look at the video. It was falling on the ground. It's just he was in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Right. And well, what I just want to say is you're now financially good. I guess you had owned 2 houses on the same street?
Yeah. I had one of my other baby mamas that was pretty cool in my life. I had got the crib down the street, and then since my kids we real close, and I had got the house for her down the street, so we was like 2 or 3 houses from each other, you know what I'm saying? So my kids can always see me and things like that. Yeah, it wasn't never no problem with no money, even before, you know, Paul now. It's just because I take something. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know that might don't sound good to some people, but folks know how it is out here. No mom, no dad. You know what I'm saying? No mom, no dad. From 9 years old, I'm gonna say from a newborn to Memphis, from the jail, from a prison to newborn to Memphis, from a newborn to 9 years old, my grandmama died, and from 12 years old, I'm out on the street on my own. What can I do, Glad?
Did you reunite with your mom after she got out?
Yeah, I reunited with her before, after she got out. I probably was 18 then. You know what I'm saying? I was 18 then, but it was too late. I was already who I was then. So I really don't think it was nothing wrong with me not having a mom and dad. Look how I showed up. Look what I became. You know what I'm saying?
Well, was she in prison up to the point when you were 18 or no?
No, it just, my mama was a wild girl like I'm a wild boy. You know what I'm saying? So I just tried not be in my kid's life. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure I'm in my kid's life. So, you know, it is what it is, but I can't be mad over spilled milk. I can't be mad over something that already happened.
Well, at your height, you had the 2 houses. I guess you also had like 4 cars.
Yeah, I have a bunch of cars. Yeah, I had a bunch of cars. I had more than 4, but I had a bunch of cars.
Right. And you were also taking care of a lot of your family members.
Yeah. Looking out for everybody. That's how we do. You know what I'm saying? Just if you can come into some money, you got to look out for your folks.
I mean, did that get bad at certain times? Because, you know, once you start giving people some money, they start expecting it. Then they start acting funny when you don't have it again. And
no, they can act funny all they want. Everybody know I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it, I can't do it. If I got it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with me. I don't cut corners, Glad. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? On the time, I'm just cutting a few corners, not trying to incriminate myself on her, but I don't cut corners. It is what it is. If you can't stand it, you just can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what it is. I have a lot of females and a lot of people say, nigga, you just say what comes on your mind. I mean that.
Well, I guess one of the things people don't know about you is that you're like a clean freak. That your houses are just spotless.
Yeah. I got to be clean. That's why I told my business partner, I said, nigga, don't go to no studios, don't go nowhere, because it's COVID-19 out here, and we can't do it. So everybody make sure they, you know what I'm saying, they can try to social distance and try to make this COVID-19 go away, man.
Okay, so then 2006 rolls around. And 3 6 Mafia does Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Right.
For the Hustle and Flow movie.
John Cena. Rest in peace to John Cena.
John Singleton, he's I guess the executive producer on it. And then I remember I talked to Paul about this and how, you guys were all backstage getting drunk, not thinking anything was going to happen. And out of nowhere, you guys win the Oscar.
I didn't even know what an Oscar was before we was nominated. I saw it, I've seen it on TV, but I didn't know the name of it. So when Juicy called me like 6 in the morning, he's like, man, we nominated for an Oscar. And I was like, man, I'm really tired. Let me call you right back. And then I Googled it, and I was like, holy shit. And I called him back. I was like, the gold man? He's like, yeah. I was like, what the hell for what?
Yeah, we won the Oscar. I'm going to tell you the story on that. I didn't even know. I'm going to tell you on the good. I'm straight hood, nigga. Whoop, 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 whoop. No mom, no dad. Out there doing whatever. I didn't know. I knew about the Oscar, but I didn't know how big it was. You get what I'm saying? No, I didn't know. Paul never kept trying to tell me, but I didn't know. And I'm like, whatever, do it. We signed with Sony. Sony got us on there, you know what I'm saying, doing all kinds of things. So I'm like, I don't know too much about it. I ain't just into it like Paul and Juicy was. And they was like, we gonna win. Paul had, like he said, he had saw them put 2 Oscars up there. And then, 3 Oscars up there, and then they took one down. So he actually thought, said to us, we gonna win. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know, I didn't really give a fuck if we won or lose. You know what I'm saying? It was another thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Another big thing that, we was doing as 3 6 Mafia.
How did it feel, though, to step on that stage and accept an Oscar?
It was wonderful. I'm going to tell you another part of a story. We performed the song ourselves live, and I actually supposed to say it part of a verse, but that's the only fucking time I was like spooked, stage fright. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't get it. So they end up, if you kind of pay attention to it, I couldn't get it. So I think Frazier came in and knocked it out the box for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, fuck, all these, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of spooked me. That's the only time I ever been stage fright.
Okay, well, now you guys are Oscar winners.
Yes.
But then it seems that after that, that's when you start having issues with the group.
Yeah, I started having issues with the group because I felt like I did a lot for the group, and I started feeling like I wasn't being appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? No, I beat up niggas. I shot at niggas. I robbed. I steal. I did all kinds of stuff, and I did more. Like Project Saprat said, I was a hype man. I was a security. I was an artist. I was a lot that to hypnotize mine, and I felt like I wasn't being appreciated a lot. You get what I'm saying? I could have been wrong because all I had to do, all anybody have to do when they feel some type of way is talk to that person you feel that way. And I didn't do that. So I could have been wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you had an interview in Double XL where you said, I robbed, stole, and killed for them cats. I stuck with them through thick and thin. Everybody else was dropping off, and I stepped my game up when it was time. I was doing all I was supposed to be doing, but they weren't feeling that way about me. Right.
That's how I felt. Yes. Yes. And, I ain't just feel that way because I was feeling that way. It was actually seen in that way. For you to have a feeling, it's something got to be happening for you to have a feeling. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I could have just went and talked to them, but I was taking action by how they was moving and stuff, and I felt like this is it's coming to an end. You get what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be the only guy from not a real rapper, as they say, and stick with this all the way through, come on, you got to show me some kind of love.
Well, I guess you felt there were some money disputes that were happening around that time.
Well, it wasn't about the money with me. Like Glad, look at me. I'm gonna get it how I live. It ain't about the money with me. A lot of folks worry about the money. I was doing it for the love. You know what I'm saying? I was doing it for the love. You know, I always wanted to be a rapper. I always rap. I always dance. I was doing it for the love. It never be about the money with me. I'm gonna come and get my money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just saying I'm that dude. I'm that dude. So it never been about the money with me. It was being about the love that a nigga was showing me. You know what I'm saying? So if you was showing me love and then all of a sudden not showing that love anymore, come on, let's be for real.
Well, in that same Double XL interview, you said the final straw that caused you to leave was you said that half of the album, Most Known Unknown, was your solo album.
Yeah, they did a lot of things that just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that they did wasn't right at that time. And I feel like if you the coach, put me in the game, coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play whatever part you want me to play. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. You supposed to make sure that player is straight. And if you don't make sure that player is straight, what should the player do? He should keep on playing? Or should he go find another team to be down with?
Well, I talked to Paul about the situation this morning, about you leaving the group. And number one, he said you weren't kicked out of the group or anything else like that.
No,
you guys were, I guess you guys were in New York, I think. You were on your way to, everyone was on their way to go do 106 in Park. And you just basically left and hopped on a plane and that was it.
Yeah, I hopped on a plane, you know, I hopped on a plane, Glad, and I'm going to say this to you because I ain't never said this to nobody. There was a lot of foul shit going on, Glad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Paul and Juicy was the business people of the label that I was on. And they would go to hotel rooms and we were flying from LA to New York, LA to New York, LA to New York, LA to New York, a lot. And 5-star hotels. You know what I'm talking about? And they would make me put my own incidentals and all kinds of little slick shit they was doing at the time. And I couldn't figure out why they was doing me like that. You're going to pay for everybody else and you're not going to pay for me? When you've been doing this all this time? So it's a lot of shit that was going on that kind of knocked me and made me feel some type of way. If I beat a nigga up for you, Glad, come on, man. You can't look out for me. Don't change up on me. I always tell the hoes that I fuck with right now, the way you got me is the way you're going to have to keep me. And if you don't do what you do from the beginning, that's going to mean I'm going to leave you alone. See, I ain't the type of nigga to just get out here and just can't have nothing going on. I take what I want. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I go try to get it the best way I can, but I will take what I want. You get what I'm saying? And if you're not looking out for me like I'm looking out for you, my no more, or how it's supposed to be, I'm just going to be able to have to switch. And I felt like they was doing a lot of shit that I didn't feel like it was cool at the time. But like I said, it could have just been me, Glad. It could have just been me. I could have talked it out. Me and Paul was real cool. I could have pulled Paul to the side and talked to him about it. But I didn't do that. I did what a lot of people do. Let their mind take control. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now you part ways with 3-6 Mafia.
Right.
And then a couple years later, you moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I went to Vegas. I went to Vegas because I know I'm a good artist. And I wanted to be close to LA so I can go get myself a deal. So I went out there to work on an album, which was back then called Crunch Time, an album that I still have, songs that I still have right now that I never put out because I was fiending for being on a major label. A lot of motherfuckers say major labels ain't the way to go and all that, and I understand what they saying, but if a motherfucker gonna give me a lot of money for something I done did, you can do that for a minute until I can start owning my own rights to my own shit. I'm not gonna sit around and try to ride the horse everybody else ride. Too many motherfuckers on that horse. I only got in this game to be somebody, not just do stupid ass shit. I heard a lot of people say independent artists would make 300,000 and have to spend that same 300,000. They gave Flip $30 million. They gave Paul them $30 million. They gave what's that boy name? Oh, you see me rolling.
Chameleonaire.
Chameleonaire, that nigga ain't rapping no more. They gave him so much money. So why should I be to be an independent fucking artist? And I know Master P and them talk about this all the time. So why should I fiend to be that when I can fiend to be something more? You get what I'm saying?
Well, I guess at one point Dr. Dre was interested in you, and he sent you a beat and everything.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. CeeLo Green. A lot of them, but that's another thing right there. These people wouldn't let me be able to fuck with other artists. A lot of folks wanted me to dance on in their videos, be on their songs, but it wasn't happening the way it was happening. Ludacris told me the last album, and I'm only saying this to you, Glad, because you Glad. You know Paul, y'all partners, me and Paul partners. I wouldn't say this shit to nobody else. Nobody else. I'll beat around the bush from what I'm finna say. Ludacris always put me on his album. And when I moved to Vegas, Ludacris told me at one of the shows at the Palms Hotel, when he was doing a show, my cousin Cole Money was there with me. He told me, he said, man, I tried to put you and you only on this song. And Paul and them tried to charge me way more money than they ever charged for 3 6 Mafia to get on the song with him. They tried to charge him way more money, and he just wanted me on the song. You get what I'm saying? And they did that so I couldn't be on the song. You feel what I'm saying? By myself. Paul now was saying Crunchy, that's what he told me. They were saying that Crunchy can't be on the song by himself. He in the group 3 6 Mafia. We all got to be on the song. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Ludacris said out his mouth to me face to face. And I'm like, oh. And he was like, man, it's good you got away from around them cats. And I was like, I really ain't away from around them. They can call me right now. It's just you telling me what really went on. You know what I'm saying? And then
Okay.
Wizard from Wu-Tang or whatever. I never
RZA.
I think that's the one that made the beats.
Yeah.
He also told me a little story about something like that. So I was constantly hearing little stories like that. So that probably had a part of me leaving on the Oscar too, because I feel like you don't want to see me make the real money. You get what I'm saying? Interact with other artists out here that want to interact with me and all that. Like, now artists seeing that I'm doing my own thing, I mean, hard-hit money game and putting my songs out here, everybody calling. Major artists, up-and-coming artists, or everybody calling. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, where you been? Why you ain't been doing nothing? And I'm like, man, and people telling me that they always reached out to Paul and Juicy to get me on some shit. And it just didn't go through.
Okay, so you're living in Vegas.
Right.
July 2012 happens.
Yeah, what's that? When I got
you end up getting shot. You got shot in the face and the leg.
Yeah, I actually got shot in the, I got shot right here. But the nigga was scared, so it kind of went down and came out my mouth. But yeah, I got shot. But I got shot, Glad. That was my fault. And I always say that because I don't show love to people. Like, I'm not a friendly guy. From the life that I live, I don't like to be around a lot of people like that. Because I don't know, I might rob you and your cousin end up being around me. You get what I'm saying? And say, oh, I saw that nigga who robbed you. You get what I'm saying? So I was like that. And my auntie had met this guy and she was in love with him. So I was like, that was my uncle. And he really wasn't my uncle. And I shouldn't have showed him the love that I showed him, because people will be around you and be jealous of you and you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? And he was jealous, and I was all in Vegas taking shit. You know what I'm saying? Just doing all kinds of shit I probably shouldn't have been doing, but that's the life I live. So, and I took some shit because he was on drugs, and I took a lot of drugs for him to be straight. No, it really wasn't helping him out, but I did it anyway. And I gave him half of it and told him where I got it from, which he was there when it happened. The nigga was just scared. They was like, man, niggas got to come out their clothes. Everybody gonna come out their clothes. Nigga got to get naked. I said, nigga, I'm not getting naked for no niggas. But I got all this dope in my drawers. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it to my uncle, give my uncle half for it. He run back over there like a sucker. They get ready to beat him up. I tell him not to go fuck with him no more, but he go over there anyway. They get ready to beat him up. I end up getting set up. Niggas over there smoking sherm to hype themselves up, end up shooting me. You know what I'm saying?
Was that the first time you ever got shot?
First time I ever got shot. Never got shot. Robbed them, stole and broke in and did a lot of dirt with guns all my life and never got shot. You know why? Because I didn't trust nobody. I gave that nigga too much trust. That's something I'd never do again, though. You get me?
Okay, so now you get shot. How many times did you get hit?
I just got shot one time in the face, and then when I shot back and did a little shooting with him, I ended up running off. And while I was running off, he ran behind me and shot me in the leg. But notice this, Glad. That nigga who shot me, I was fucking with his sister. I left my brother's house and moved with the bitch and was staying with his sister. And he was sleeping on the couch. She put him in the garage, so I guess I couldn't see him. I got cool with the nigga. And the nigga still did that, but he did that because he introduced me to his clique. And I was robbing them from the day I met them to the day I got shot. I was robbing them from the day I met them to the day I got shot, Glad. And they made him shoot me because he brought me in the clique. You know what I'm saying? So it was quite natural that I was doing shit. That's the reason why I wasn't fucked up about being shot. Because I was doing something wrong. You get what I'm saying? I was taking food from niggas' mouths. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was looking out for their group, paying, using the money to buy the studio equipment. They were doing all that. And I come along and just take what I want. You get what I'm saying? Hands is always quicker than eye. Always.
Well, you were only in the hospital for like a day or two until you checked yourself out, right?
I was in the hospital about 2-3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
When I woke up, they had already told me I was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh, you were in a coma?
No, I wasn't in a coma. I was in a whatever they want to call this shit. I wasn't in no coma. They said when I came in there, they gave me the little shit, took all my jewelry and shit off, and did the surgery or whatever the fuck they did. And I stayed in there for 2 weeks. When I woke up and y'all saw me sipping syrup all in the bed and all that old shit, it was 2 weeks from then. Yeah.
Right, because we had posted up an interview. We had uploaded to our YouTube channel. You did an interview shortly after. You still had bandages on your face.
Yeah, I still had bandages, yeah. And that was after the 2 weeks.
What's up, y'all, man? It's Michael Monroy, man, from Two River TV, man. We're here with an exclusive, man, with Crunchy Black, former member of the famous Oscar award-winning group 3-6 Mafia. He's been solo, and in case you haven't been in the news and know what's going on, man, he was just last week was shot in the face, shot in the leg, and just today he's out of the hospital and back in the studio.
You already know, Monroe. I'm in the studio trying to get you some more motherfucking songs done up. You know what I'm talking about? And show these folks, man, ain't no stopping me, man.
That was after the 2 weeks. I had stayed another week, and they were making me get up every day after the 2 weeks. I stayed there another week, and they was making me get up and walk down the hallways. The nigga shot me in my leg too, but he shot me in the leg because he knew I be dancing, and I think he just was trying to hate on that. But now he's yeah, that didn't work.
Okay.
Look. The leg shot didn't work, and the face shot didn't work, because I'm still pretty, ain't it, baby? Baby, I'm pretty as a mother.
Well, did you ever run into those guys again?
Yeah, I can't talk about that part, Glad. I ain't gonna give you
Okay.
that good news.
All right. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we're
Well,
gonna leave that.
I remember I interviewed DJ Paul shortly after the shooting, and he basically said that this shooting incident is not going to change you. You're still going to be with the street shit.
Crunch it hard. Crunch it hard, man. You know, Crunch is from the streets, man. Made by the streets, for the streets.
You never left it alone.
Hell no, you ain't gonna leave it alone.
Is he the wildest one in the group, you think?
No, it depends. Now, Crunchy laid back. You know, he street as hell. He laid back, so you got to watch that, because like you'll have a pound of weed laying over there, and you'll go in the room and get some blunts. You come back, Crunchy will be gone, and that weed will be gone.
Yeah, why not? If you rep it, you rep it. Niggas get scared. That means when a nigga gets shot and they go tuck their tail, they ain't who they said they was. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The streets is the street, Glad. Look at Boosie. Look at Boosie. A real street nigga. The streets is the street. So if a nigga gets shot because he was playing tough and then all of a sudden tuck his tail, he ain't who he said he was. I ain't trying to say niggas get shot and still be out there, but if you from the streets, that's what you're doing. That's how you eating. You know what I'm saying? So no, it wasn't gonna stop shit. It didn't stop shit.
I mean, did it change you? Did you become more paranoid after that?
Yeah, I was paranoid come to this motherfucker. Yeah, it didn't have me paranoid at thinking another nigga shoot me or nothing like that, because I know why I got shot. I got shot because I was showing love that I never showed to niggas before. You get what I'm saying? So I don't do that shit no more. I got one nigga right now. One nigga that I know that got my back. And my girl that I'm with right now, she hate his guts. But so what? Kill herself too. She gonna see this.
In
She gonna see this.
2015.
Look, she gonna see this, and I stay with her right now. Well, she stay with me, but she can kill her fucking self.
Well, in 2015, there was TMZ reported it, that you had allegedly beat up your fiance, but then she came back and said that you never did it and it was someone else.
Well, yeah. Well, it wasn't no somebody else anyway. You know, we got into it and shit, and I didn't beat her up. Well, I smack her around a couple times, but I didn't beat her up that day. It's just the point was that they wanted to point me out and had motherfuckers saying something about, I'm gonna tell you what happened. This what happened. This is exactly what happened. I used to mess with this girl named Mary P. When we did Stay Fly, I rapped about her. I was rapping about her. What's up, Mary? That was the girl I was rapping about. But anyway, when I was with my fiance, Gangsta Boo let Mary P come to the tour, on the tour with us. Yeah, she tried to. After she already told this girl she can come, she come tell me after we meeting the girl in a city, you know what I'm saying? So when Mary P came, it was kind of awkward. You get what I'm saying? With my fiance there, and here go a girl that's gorgeous. Both of them was gorgeous, but here go another girl that's gorgeous. So Mary P, they kind of, her and Booth kind of tried to start something with my fiance. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't having that. You get what I'm saying? So I end up telling my fiance, look, man, you know how we get down. You get what I'm saying? Don't act like this a problem. You know what I'm saying? So my fiance ended up telling Mary P to come to the room. They went, go get us something to eat and everything. But when we did the show, they end up getting another girl to come to the room. So I got 3 girls. But this other girl is talking about how she gonna take me from my fiance. You know what I'm saying? And my fiance, she drunk and high right now, so she's snapping. You get what I'm saying? And I'm trying to calm her down from snapping. You get what I'm saying? And this after the fight at the show and all this. Because we got in a fight at the show, but this after this. And I'm trying to calm her down, and she's not calming down. You get what I'm saying? She's hollering, she's screaming, she's doing all this stupid shit in a what's called in a hotel room. So now, the neighbors next door, they done heard the shit. People calling the police saying I'm over there beating her ass, and I ain't beating her ass because she over there screaming and hollering. You know what I'm saying? And all they said, I can pull out the paperwork. All they said next dozing, he kept telling her to shut up, to shut up, shut up, shut up, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? They never said that I said I'm gonna kick her ass, I'm gonna beat her up, or none of that. They just said I kept saying that, and the police took me to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? So I had got a lawyer, and the lawyer said that she was talking to the lawyer. She got the lawyer for I was locked up. And the lawyer was saying, like, if he did it, he did it. No, but if he didn't do it, you can get him out of trouble by writing a letter to the judge saying that he didn't do what they said they did, and she did that. But the prosecutor was like, no, anytime you in some domestic violence shit, they'll throw it out, the state will pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't matter. You know, I still end up doing the time for that and getting on probation and all that old shit. And, working this probation shit out.
Okay, how much time did you get for that? Did you actually have to serve?
Shit, I really didn't do I did about 11 months. 11 months, then they gave me 5 fucking years of probation for something that I didn't even do. I just took the probation because I was like fucking tired of being in jail. You get what I'm saying? And I know I don't do shit anyway and get caught. So I can be out here, actually get money. You get what I'm saying? Instead of being in jail. So I took the 5 years and been, trying to run this shit down.
Well, then later that year in 2015, you got arrested for what they say was meth possession.
Yeah, I was selling meth in Vegas. No, I'm from Memphis. We do a little pimping. You know what I'm saying? Well, we do a lot of pimping. And my fiance was one of my girls. You know what I'm saying? And she went to jail, and that was like her first time going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So she went to the store one day, and she jaywalked. And you can't jaywalk down there at all. And she jaywalked. The police got her, and she had a charge for soliciting. You know what I'm saying? And she could have went to jail. Now, they always tell you how much time you can do, but they don't really mean you're going to do that. And she didn't know that because she's not that type of, you know what I'm saying, going to jail all the time ass bitch. They said if she knew anybody that she could give them up, because in Vegas, you can snitch on somebody. And that's what she did. She kind of snitched on my ass, and I ended up going to jail for the bullshit I went to jail for. The meth charge, they threw that charge all the way out because it wasn't really shit. All they kept saying it was a bad charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas making meth in barnyards and shit like that. But they threw that charge out. I end up doing a few months on that, on another charge, and end up getting out of there and going to Minnesota's and doing that little charge shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she ended up she jaywalked, got pulled over. They ran her name, saw that she had a solicitor charge, asked her did she know anybody that had down there in Vegas that had a badder charge than her. She said, yeah, she gave me up. I went to jail. She lied about she didn't do that. It's in the paperwork that she did do it. So that bitch is a history too. But actually, where we from, we do a lot of pimping and shit. So therefore, my brother, Memphis Black, he got the bitch now. So, he got to deal with that. I got a song that I put out saying, I'm going to let another nigga deal with you, bitch.
How hard was the jail time? Was that the first time you were locked up for an extended period of time?
Yeah, it actually was. But by me being in the organization now, I mean, that shit don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that like me everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? So jail was pretty cool. Then I'm a superstar. So therefore, niggas was always trying to be cool with me in jail. And then, I also looked out for guys that was in jail, commissary, you know what I'm saying? Make sure they be able to use the phone because niggas didn't have money and shit like that. So, I'm a good guy all the way around. I just do bad shit. Glad I just do bad shit. I need to shake this shit off.
Right, and I guess DJ Paul actually held you down while you were locked up, making sure that, you had money
Yeah,
on your
yeah, he
books and-
did. No, he did. He did. That's why I say all the shit, me feeling that way I felt and all that shit, it really didn't mean shit to me afterwards because he always been there. That nigga always been there. I'm talking about, I don't give a fuck, what I did and how I did it. Paul always been there. I'ma always be there for Paul. So when you put this out, I'm gonna tell a nigga right now, if y'all fuck with DJ Paul, understand that I'm gonna show up at your house.
like Candyman.
Like Candyman. So I don't give a fuck what. That's why that nigga can call me for anything. You know what I'm saying? And I do mean anything.
Well, at some point, 3-6 Mafia breaks up completely.
Right.
Paul and Juicy J go their separate ways.
Right.
You've always been close to Paul. Were you close to Juicy at all?
Well, I was only close to Juicy because of Paul, but man, Juicy did establish a relationship. But Juicy is like, he liked to be by himself. You get what I'm saying? So we couldn't get the bond that we needed to have because Juicy, I'm gonna put it like this. Like my girl that I'm with right now, she'll always say, and I'm saying this so she can see this fucking interview and maybe she'll stop saying this stupid shit. But she always try to say the guys that and the people I'm around now is out to get me. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if they so out to get me, then why you let a lot of shit goes on? You know what I'm saying? Don't wait till on down the line and then you try to tell me something. Tell me that shit right off the top. You get what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. He always liked to be by his fucking self. You know what I'm saying? He want that. He didn't really like the shit we was doing in the group. You get what I'm saying? Sipping on scissors, snorting cocaine, smoking weed, doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? Juicy always tried to steer us the right way. But, how can you steer a nigga that already think he know every damn thing the way you going? You know what I'm saying? You can't always do that. But Juicy is still a cool cat. No, don't get me wrong. I don't have no ill feelings about Juicy or Paul or none of that shit. Or Gangsta Boo, Koopsta nigga. Because that was my family. That's the only family I really had. Besides, you know what I'm saying?
Well, in 2013, everybody except Juicy basically reunited and you guys formed the Mafia 6.
Yeah, that had something to do with Paul and Juicy relationship. That didn't have nothing to do with the rest of the people. I did hear somebody say that Juicy said, why would he go back to that problem? You get what I'm saying? But I heard it from somebody. I didn't hear it from Juicy. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, I don't even believe the shit. Because, now we back touring, hanging out with each other, actually giggling and laughing a little harder than we used to do back then. You get what I'm saying? We actually appreciating a little. I know I appreciate them and I can see the same thing when I see them now. You get what I'm saying? I don't see similar shit that I saw back then. I see them appreciating the shit a little more. Meaning,
Yeah, and Juicy really blew up on his own. He started doing songs with Katy Perry that,
yeah, but it's
got
an
billions of views and all
inside
that.
story. It's an inside story with all that shit. I can't talk about that, Glad, because I really get in trouble. But it's some inside shit with that one. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a motherfucker blew up. It's like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, just went down the road that they was gay. You know what I'm saying? I can say it, that's the best I can say it. A motherfucker went down the road that it was gay, and Paul didn't take that road. A motherfucker say, hey, y'all can do this, or you can do that. And Juicy did that, and Paul said, fuck it. I'm going to go back independent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there was, I talked to Paul about this morning. I guess that there was 4 3-6 Mafia concerts, shows that actually happened. And in 2 of those shows, and that included Juicy and, in terms of 2 of those shows, but the other 2 actually had all the members perform together. So how did it feel to be doing shows with the whole crew, with Juicy, Paul, Gangsta Boo, and everybody?
Yeah, like I said, Glad, I like them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You got to go through the bad to get to the good. And, I've been through a lot of fucking bad. So the little shit that I went through with them ain't amount to the shit that I had to go through myself. You get what I'm saying? So I like them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And, I love the shit out of Gangsta Boo. Not as a freak way or no shit like that. That's like my sister. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's great. I think this shit is great. You see how people face light up when they see 3-6 Mafia. You see people comments that they put up under the shit that we post of 3-6 Mafia. How can a nigga not be happy? How can a nigga not feel like, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody is in this group doing tours with me, and as 3-6 Mafia, and they still got ill feelings and not showing it, come on, Glad. What kind of shit is that? Niggas should be happy right now. And I ain't talking about niggas should be happy because we get money again with each other. It's just, nigga, people had died that was in this group. And now all of a sudden you seeing some of the people that was in this group that are alive and still doing the damn thing, and you're a part of it again. See, motherfucker can't just be selfish, Glad. It ain't this shit never would have happened if it was just one motherfucker. 6 people put this shit together and made this shit happen. You get what I'm saying? So, a motherfucker can say that, somebody took off and went one way. Just make sure you play this shit to Paul before you put it out. So Paul can tell you what to fucking take out that I don't say. Because, sometimes, Glad, I just feel like it's a lot of shit that I can say, but I just don't say it because I ain't with the bullshit. I can't. I ain't the type of nigga that talk about my people, niggas that I growed up with, niggas that I would kill you about. I'm not that type of nigga that go talk about what I heard and what I know that can hurt them. You get what I'm saying?
Well, 2013, Lord Infamous died.
Hurt my heart. Killed me. Now, that's something that really, really, really killed me. Me and Lord Infamous were like peas in the pod. Me and Lord Infamous used to call ourselves Wonder Twins. You know what I'm saying? And we used to do so much shit together. Lord Infamous have a kid by my cousin, my first cousin, and his name Lil Infamous. He rapped with Paul, other nephew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've actually interviewed him. I interviewed Paul and the C to 6, basically. I interviewed Paul and the 2 younger guys.
Yeah.
That was rough, man. He had a heart attack in his sleep.
Yeah. Yep. You see me how I'm stuttering right now, and I don't even stutter, but that fucking killed me.
Right. And then a couple years later, Koopsta died as well.
Yeah, Coop died a couple of years later. Me and Coop was cool, but Paul and Coop was closer than anybody in the group. Me and Coop was cool, but I ain't really like Coop like that. And that's something I can say now out loud. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really like Coop. Because Coop wasn't the type of caliber nigga that I was. He was crazy, but he was crazy on a crazy side. He wasn't crazy like, I just didn't like Coop like that. Paul saw something in him, and that kind of made me and Paul kind of split up on what we had going on because he liked the Coop, and he didn't really. I think I was just too buck. I had teams of niggas doing all kinds of shit, and Paul like, man, this nigga might, So Paul just took the Coop, but no, I ain't dislike Coop because Paul liked the Coop. I ain't like Coop because Coop was silly as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He used to do a lot of silly ass shit just because he had bipolar. You know what I'm saying? And so he'll use that shit for shit that didn't have nothing to do with his bipolar. And I can see that shit. I don't play no fucking games. You're not going to play the fucking games with me. You can do that shit with somebody else. You're not going to do it with me. And I didn't like that shit. So I didn't really like Coop, but Coop still was cool. I didn't like Coop. I ain't gonna even. The world can know this shit now. I did not. I'm like Bushwick Bill. Well, Scarface. I mean, what's called it when he talked about Bushwick Bill. You know what I'm saying? I did not like Coop. Coop wasn't the caliber nigga that I was, and I didn't like that type of nigga around me to the point of you gonna try to look me in my fucking face and lie to me like I'm some bitch. You get what I'm saying? Nigga, don't look me in my motherfucking face. I'm gonna tell you what fucking happened one day. Me and Coop got a fucking apartment together, and Paul and them was mailing out fucking checks. Now, this the real reason why I don't like this fucking nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you can play this shit and you can do whatever. I don't give a flying fuck. The nigga got the checks sent to the house. Paul and them sent the fucking checks. And when the checks came, he got the checks out the fucking mailbox, brought them to me. I was going to cash my check. He sent me to cash his check too, because we know the people. You know what I'm saying? I cashed both the checks. He said he didn't get his check. He got Paul to give him another check. This bitch ass nigga got 2 checks. I got in trouble for the bullshit. I got 1 fucking check. He got 2 checks, and I got in trouble for it. And Paul and them look at me in my motherfucking face like I'm a lame ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga, I never lied to y'all. I never did no crossing ass shit or none of that shit. I take what I want. I don't go steal it out no fucking mailbox. If I wanted the motherfucking money, I'ma take it. A gun will scare any motherfucker with the right voice behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I take what I want. But Paul now made it look like I stole Coop check. Coop lying to them like I done stole his fucking check. I've been good all my fucking life. Even when I didn't have nobody, I was good. You get what I'm saying? Nigga owe you money, you can tell me about it. I guarantee you I'm gonna get your fucking money. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of nigga I am. Ask my fucking cousin. That's the type of nigga I am. I ain't with all that fucking bullshit, and I felt like that shit was a plot. Cause how the fuck you gonna say cause you call the fucking people and they say, yeah, Crunchy came in here and cashed him and Coop check. You know what I'm saying? But Coop got his fucking money from me. You get what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he get Paul to give him another check, and this bitch ass nigga got 2 checks, and Paul thinking I don't stole his check. So that's the type of shit I didn't like. And he sat in my face and Paul's face and lied like he didn't get his check. So play this shit to Paul. Cause they were wrong for that shit, and that's another fucking thing they was wrong about. Motherfucker, know I take what I want.
Well, you look at what's happening in hip hop these days, and a lot of rappers are rapping about taking drugs. You know, back in the 90s, most rappers were talking about selling drugs. These days, a lot of rappers talk about taking drugs, and you also see a lot of overdoses and deaths that happen.
Right.
Mac Miller died. Lil Peep died. Juice WRLD
Juice
died
WRLD,
from an overdose. And you guys were one of the first rap groups that were talking about taking cocaine and sipping syrup and stuff like that, you know, before anybody, pretty much. Is that accurate?
No, that's accurate. That's right on in the motherfucking head.
Well, you guys, I feel, were one of the first rappers to talk about hard drugs in general.
Well, Pimp C said that when we was before we made that song. It was so funny. We was in his house. He was living in Atlanta then. And he was like, man, one thing I like about y'all, man, is, man, y'all actually talk about that shit. He's like, man, there's a lot of other rappers out here, man, get high, but they won't talk about that shit. You know, we talked about it. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall when Sony was listening to some of that shit we were turning into. Be like, did they just fucking make a song talking about sniffing cocaine?
Do you feel like you guys are somewhat responsible for what's happening these days?
Yeah, I think we are about saying, you know, any famous person, if you rap about something, sing about something, talk about something, and other people hear it, they might start doing what you say you're doing. So yes, I do. But I also think that self-preservation comes before anything. Just because I'm talking about it don't mean you're supposed to go out and do it. You know what I'm saying? So if you go out and do it, then it's all on you. You know, when I went to did it, I broke the cocaine down on the plate. And it was sitting on the plate. Guess what I had to do? I had to bend down and snort me a line. Then nobody put my nose to it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I do feel like we had something to do with a lot of reason why, cause they actually rapping about the shit they actually rapping about the shit we was rapping about. Tabs, Percocets, Phobos, scissor, cocaine. You know what I'm saying? They're a little scared to talk about the cocaine right now, but they doing it.
Well, you see what's happening music-wise these days, and it seems like everyone's sampling 3-6 Mafia or 3-6 Mafia affiliated projects. I mean, you got songs like, Bickin' Head by Cardi B that samples Chicken Head. Power Glide by Ray Shremmerd. Sample Side to Side.
Yeah, French Montana, Roll With It.
Yeah. Let me see what else. Look Alive by Block Boy JB and Drake.
Yeah, and
sampled
then
Project Pat.
And then
Slob on My Knob, got sampled by G-Eazy.
Yeah, Moneybag Yo, and Moneybag Yo, and what's her name? Megan Stallion.
Yeah.
And then we got what's his name? Trippie Redd just did one that they just put out.
Yeah, even Travis Scott.
Yeah,
sampled
Travis
something from you
Scott
guys.
tear the club up. Yeah, he did tear the club up. Shit.
Tear the club up. Yeah, I remember I was the one that called DJ Paul one day. He said, "Hey man, I think Travis Scott sampled y'all." He's like, "Really? Hold on." The next thing you know is a lawsuit. I hit you about this.
Yeah.
Didn't Travis Scott kind of interpolate what you guys did?
He interpolated tear the club up with the no bystanders.
Right.
Yeah, we talking. We figured that out. So that's cool.
So you
I like Travis Scott.
So you getting a piece of that song?
Yeah.
I'm the one who told you first, I think.
Yeah, I think you did tell me first. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's
now every time I turn around, somebody telling me.
Yeah. Paul told their ass up. Paul told their ass up.
I mean, how do you feel about the significance of your group, making this type of impact 10, 20 plus years later?
I think it's something good. In real life, we do this music so it can inspire somebody or make somebody feel a certain type of way. So when someone take a sample and make it a song and it got something to do with us, that ain't doing nothing but being great. You know what I'm saying? That's been a good thing right there. And we still get to make money off that when they sample certain shit. So it's cool to me. I think that's what every artist should be doing their music for, hoping that the up and coming artists take a little something from them. Al Green, Willie Hutch, Temptations, all them. We all, as artists today, took samples from them. So if a nigga don't want to sample your music, how great was you?
Yeah. I mean, Paul called 3-6 Mafia the most influential group of all time. Would you agree?
Yeah. I'm just a little street. I ain't gonna say all the fucking and all that old shit. I ain't gonna say all them big ass words and all that old shit. I'm just gonna say shit. The shit is cool, man. This shit is cool. And I thank God for it, me. Cause if a nigga wasn't doing that, nigga, don't you know one of my checks was so ridiculous one day, my royalty checks? That shit was ridiculous. After motherfuckers started sampling Cardi B and all them motherfuckers started sampling songs and doing it, they automatically make the young guys that didn't know shit about 3-6 Mafia but heard their mama and their daddy playing it back in the day when they were coming up. Now they go and listen to our songs. So I think it was cool. You should see the check sometime.
Well, Crunchy Black, man, I appreciate you coming in and telling your story. I think that you're a part of something that's going to be around way past our lifetimes. And that's what I think that we should all strive for.
No, that's what I was just saying. I think everybody should strive for, when they doing music, to put music out that's going to impact people and right now, on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? So Trippie Redd, them niggas young as fuck right now. So if they doing that and people get to know about them, which for motherfuckers know them, because I heard Triple Red he's selling real good around this joint. So that just make people constantly wonder where he got this hard song from. And then Paul did the beat for him. And then they like, damn, who did that beat? Paul did the beat. And that's the same shit for Juicy, for all the major artists that he don't did shit with. You know what I'm saying? That they still would say, and I think Paul and Juicy is smart as fuck. Cause them niggas, look, niggas would come to them, listen, niggas would come to them to buy a beat, and them niggas would sell them a beat that's got something to do with one of our songs. You feel what I'm saying? Back in the day. So how we can't stay on top? All we got to do is act. If you really don't like me, just act like you like me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we can get this motherfucking money. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't care if you don't really like me. If you don't like me, just let's get this money. Shit, what the fuck? But I know for sure the love that me and Paul got, that shit'll never go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That shit'll never go nowhere. Want me to tell you why? Cause Paul is gangster. You feel what I'm saying? Gangster niggas look out for gangster niggas. You get what I'm saying? But if he wasn't gangster, then we probably would have a problem. You get what I'm saying? But Paul gangster for real. I ain't gonna give his secrets up. I'll let him give his own secrets up. But that nigga is gangster for real. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, not only is he gangster, but he's also very business savvy.
No,
He's kept his. You never hear about him struggling financially or having tax problems.
No.
Me and him had a talk about real estate and investing this morning as we were talking about you. Yeah, man. And it seems like overall everyone in the group did pretty good. You fast forward to 2020, everyone's still good.
No, we did do good, and for the ones that are alive, they did great. Now, you can't knock motherfuckers if you thought you supposed to, like, I'm gonna tell you a story, and I just want to keep saying something about her. This is my girl, so she can see this shit. But she want me to splurge on. You know what I'm saying? Cause all these other trick ass rappers, buying hoes cars, buying hoes, all that shit. Bitch, I've never been a trip. I'm from Memphis. Making easy money, pimping hoes in style. That is it. So, bitch, if you ain't bringing no money in, you definitely ain't gonna take no money out. You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, I'm just saying that all us made money, all us cool. I'm not throwing my money up just because a motherfucker want me to. I got this little Louis Vuitton pouch right here with this little Louis Vuitton outfit, bankroll in her, number hundreds. I'm just saying, and this shit come off rap. This shit, I ain't take this shit. You can't take a whole bunch of hundreds from niggas. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got 5s, 10s, and 20s and shit like that. But I'm just saying, rap does me great. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate Paul 100% for showing me another way instead of pointing that gun at a nigga and saying, nigga, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that nigga. Now, I can give him praise all fucking day because he did some wonderful shit for me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes niggas don't know how you feel unless you say it like now. You get what I'm saying? So when he go look at this interview, he gonna know that this is not, as some rappers do, they try to fake like they like a motherfucker and really don't like them, so they just try to make the conversation seem like they like them because they own shit like this. No, I fuck with Paul. Paul fuck with me. If Paul called me, he can get you bumped off. Now, I know you like a lot of shit like that. Paul can get you bumped off fucking with me. Paul can send me to your house, man. I'm telling you, man. And the shit gonna go well. We both gonna get away.
That's what it is. Crunchy Black, man. Stay safe out there. We're in the middle of the whole coronavirus thing. So I appreciate you coming in and doing this interview. But you're already a clean freak anyway, so you're already prepared for all this shit.
Yeah, I'm a clean freak like a motherfucker. I hate a nasty motherfucker, man.
That's what it is, man. Listen, I wish all the best for you, man. And until next time.
No, I appreciate you too, but I got this new album. It's gonna be 3 albums. Return of the Robbers. The first one gonna drop if they cut this corona shit out I'm gonna drop it after the Corona shit. But if they don't, I'm just gonna go and put it out there for my fans because they love it. And then me and my business partner, Leland, Uncle Beat, aka Uncle Beats, he got an album too. And then we got the Return of the Robin second album, and then we got a third album, then a soundtrack. The third album is the soundtrack for the movie Return of the Robin. The movie is about me and him. He from Chicago, I'm from Memphis. We both was doing robbing and he was selling drugs, and we went to jail as kids. Got out of jail, you know what I'm saying? We both rapped, so we stuck to this rap shit, and you know what I'm saying? Did this rap shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, keep doing it. Keep doing it because you obviously have a fan base, and you obviously have a long history of what it is that you do, and you know what you're doing. So man, I'm looking forward to these new projects.
Yeah, I make sure I shout you out on that, motherfucker. I appreciate it because I want to do the interview with you, man. I thought you were gonna ask me some wild ass questions. I want you to ask me some wild ass questions, but I see you try to skate around and shit. But I know why you skate around and shit, because you talked to Paul this morning. So, you know, I know. So Paul made sure you know you ain't ask me none of the wild west type shit. But I appreciate it. That's why I love the shit out of Paul, because Paul know I say whatever. He know I said. So it was good you told me. I talked to Paul this morning, because if anything else, I would have thought he wanted me to do this. You get what I'm saying? But it's all good.
All good. Crunchy Black, man. Until next time.
Mr. Come by
Peace.
himself. Peace.
Yes, sir.